So I was scrolling Instagram and I came across a reel from Austin Dunham. I think that's how you say his name, but pretty handsome guy. He's got good features and all. He does dating content. He seems to be very successful as well, and he's got a very big following on social media. So he's got money, he's got status, and he's a handsome guy too. Anyway, it reminded me of a funny story that I wanted to share with you guys that um, I guess you could say is potentially a race pill. If it's not a race pill, then it might be more just about attachment. I guess you could say could be that. It's either a race pill or just an attachment pill. But I figured I would share it just because I thought it was a funny story. Yeah, one more thing before we get into this. Just to clarify, I like this guy, Austin Dunham. I think he's, a good positive influence in the dating community. While we probably disagree on most stuff, because I don't think he's black pilled, I think he's good, good positive influence. And I actually used to watch his calisthenic videos when I was super young. So I'm really happy to see his success. But yeah, I just wanted to share the funny story. That's all. And also, I just went to check out his channel, and I see these initial videos he was posting, and honestly, it makes me happy to see how successful this guy's become. These are the types of guys you want to see become successful. Uh, yeah, good guy. Started off just trying to find success any way he could. So yeah, I like this guy. Don't take this video the wrong way. Definitely don't throw shade his way either. So there was a period in my life where I was seeing these two girls, and one of them I would take out. I'd take her on trips. I would treat her pretty well. We'd go out to dinner to nice places and all. And the other girl, I didn't treat her like bad. Like I wouldn't say I treated her poorly, but we just would kind of just hang out at my place, and we would watch episodes of Pablo Escobar on Netflix, usually just get together late at night around after 10 o'clock or so. And both of these relationships were equally as healthy, to be fully honest. Um, anyway, so the one that I would hang out with just at my place never really took her out or nothing. And I think out of like the 1.5 years of seeing this girl, I maybe took her out twice. I think I might still have a screenshot of a message she sent me when she tried leaving me for the first time, and she actually said like she expected so much more from me, this and that, and how I only took her out one time. She said it in Spanish, so it's translated, but I'm gonna see if I have that screenshot. Anyway, the point is, like, I never did anything special for this girl or nothing. I didn't treat her well. Like, I didn't treat her bad. I was always nice to her and never gave her any reasons to be mad at me aside from not committing exactly. Because I never really technically like agreed to be her boyfriend. So it's not like I was doing anything really wrong to her. But yeah, she knew I was seeing some other girls. At one time, I accidentally gave her underwears that were not hers, and this is what eventually was like the straw that broke the camel's back and caused her to eventually leave me. But it's funny, recently she actually came back after like a couple months hiatus. I knew she would be back, but yeah, so she's getting back in the picture. But the point is, I never really did anything special for this girl, right? She just really happened to like me, and that was great. That's true, genuine desire, and I really liked her too. Like I'm very happy that she contacted me again, and I think she's definitely hoping I commit to her at this point, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. At least not for a while. But she's a really great girl and never had anything to complain about her. Like, super loyal, super sweet and respectful. Great girl. Anyway, so the other girl that I was seeing, one time she had accused me of following other girls on Instagram, and I was so confused about this because I'm thinking like Instagram doesn't rank rank people you follow chronologically. So I was so confused how she would always know I was following certain girls. And she would tell me that, well, there's a way I do it. Like, just trust me, I'm not lying. Like, I know you're following these girls. You can't lie your way out of this. And I was like so curious, like, how is she doing this? So I went back and I looked up on Google like how to do this. And apparently there's a Chrome extension that allows you to rank people's followers and following chronologically. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So out of curiosity, I decided to use it. I wanted to use it not just on those two girls, but just out of curiosity for like, some other people in my life too. And I'm just gonna give you guys the advice now. Don't use it unless you have like, yeah, I would just say don't use it because it's not a good idea to be like checking who your girl is following all the time. What you need to know, you're going to be able to tell from her energy. You don't need to look for things like this because oftentimes that's just going to be some kind of a test and she's going to give you some excuse or whatever. And if you're not prepared to leave, then just over like a follow, then just don't do it. Now, personally, I would be prepared to leave over something like that, but I know most of you probably aren't. So, yeah, unless you're prepared to leave, like just cease communication and leave after she follows someone else that she might potentially have some viable excuse for, just don't bother checking. Anyway, the point is, I decided to use this tool. I wanted to check, and I didn't see anything suspicious at all under the following. But one thing that I saw was the followers, because you could check both. I saw that Austin Dunham had followed the girl that I was talking about that I don't take out, the one that just really, really seems to like me just for hanging out, And I was like, that's crazy. Like, Austin Dunham followed her, but she didn't follow him back. So I'm thinking, like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm thinking, like, oh, maybe because she had one boyfriend before me and he got like super obsessive and like tried stalking her after she broke up with him, and they're very like stalking type. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, this guy Austin Dunham does like loyalty tests and all, so maybe this guy hired Austin Dunham to like try to follow this girl to see if she's like seeing other people. She's seeing me. But I don't know, maybe that was what I thought was going on. I had thought that maybe her ex-boyfriend was still so obsessed and stalking that he hired Austin Dunham to try following her and doing some kind of loyalty test, and maybe she passed the test or whatever. That's what I thought. And I never wanted to bring this up, but I forget exactly how I brought it up because it came up kind of naturally. I think she questioned me about some people I was following on Instagram, and then I found a way to just like casually bring it up, like, oh, I saw this guy follows you too. Like, I've liked some of his gym content before. Like, how come he follows you? Oh, by the way, I thought it was cute that you didn't follow him back. Yeah, and she was like, obviously, of course, but she was like, shit talking him a little and saying like, she doesn't find him, or I'm not gonna go into the race aspect of it, but like she's a Colombian girl, and yeah, they have certain preferences, I guess, more than maybe white and black girls. But yeah, she, in just a nutshell, she was like, yeah, I was not into this guy at all, and even though like you weren't committing to me, like I just had no interest in him, but he came to me at my work and tried getting my number, and I just gave him my Instagram instead, and I was like, oh, okay, that's funny, like Austin Dunham. I really thought that guy was like, like from the male gaze perspective, at least, you see a guy like that, you're like, yeah, he's like a top G guy, like he's got great facial structure, money, status. But I guess the girl I was seeing just wasn't really feeling him. I don't know if it's more of a race pill, or by that time the girl was just already attached to me, and girls are hypergamous, they get the tunnel vision, and she probably just liked me, I guess, a lot more. Um, and it was hard to not see that as like somewhat flattering and somewhat of an ego boost, but like also, I guess, a little eye opening for like the weight of the race pill, you know? Yeah, so it was just a funny little story I figured I would share with you because I saw him on Instagram and I was like, yeah, that guy tried. That guy tried, but it didn't work out. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. I can't remember what it was. Give me like 20 seconds. Hold on. Nah, I can't think of what I was gonna say, but yeah, that girl's a great girl. I don't know if she was like she fuck, I almost had it. Like, when you have a thought and you're like, it grazes your mind. You almost had the thought and it just fucking just disappeared. All right, you know what? I think that's enough. All right, so I just took my dog for a walk and two things happened. One, I remembered what I was gonna say. Two, more importantly, I came across some incredible life fuel, which contradicts JBW, or, I guess the race pill in general. And while, yes, outliers don't make the rule, whenever I do encounter some outlier situation like this, I always do like to share it with you guys, because outlier situations, while, yes, they don't disprove the rule, they're still life fuel. And, that stuff is really nice to see, and it really made me happy. I'm smiling just thinking about what I saw, so I'm going to make a full video on that after this to compensate for potential damage I may be doing in this video, because, look, I am trying to keep everything strictly factual with you guys, strictly objective, tell you guys how the real world is, regardless of how it makes people feel. But at the same time, I want to have the main goal of making your life better and being a positive influence on you and giving you life fuel. So I think the way we do that is through truth, not some bullshit cope that all these, red pillars are doing. Anyway, besides that, the thing that I remembered that I've been wanting to tell you that I couldn't remember before was just context to the situation, because Austin doesn't live in New York. So I was like, what the heck is he doing here? I checked his Instagram and he had just made a post visiting New York. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And the girl, her job, she works at one of those car rental places because her father owns like a bunch of the franchises for this car rental thing. I'm not going to disclose the rental company name just to be safe, but yeah, I don't know what exactly he does. Maybe more than that, because he's in Medellin, Colombia, so I don't know, but he's pretty successful. He does well. And some of his business is car rental companies, and so he has her, the daughter, work at some of these places. And she actually was going to take me to Hawaii at one point because she had an opportunity to work at the Hawaii place for 3 weeks, and she wanted to bring me there. Would have been a full paid for trip. This girl also bought me tickets to go see her family in Colombia. So much lore I want to tell you guys. We'll get into all that. But anyway, I just wanted to add that important context to the story because otherwise it wouldn't make sense because I live in New York City. Austin doesn't live here. Anyway, yeah, Life Fuel video I'm about to film next. Subscribe.